Let me get this YouTube one started because we had technical difficulties. For those that are here, we talking about how to wait, and I've learned that faith without work is dead. And if you ain't waiting and don't have enough faith, then everything that you did is in vain. It's dead. It's like you don't have no control over it because you didn't have enough faith and you didn't wait. So I'm sitting here and I'm teaching you how to wait. And waiting comes by hearing. And if you can't hear what God is telling you to do, then you don't know how to wait, because you have to hear first to know what you're waiting on. Let me break that down for you. If God told you a new car was outside and he told you to wait first, then what would you need to do? He told you to hear first because I told you to wait. So first, I'm going to break it down for you. And he's saying, well, there's a new car outside, but the first thing I need you to do is wait, because you can't get to it because I have something else for you. But the first key you missed was wait. So first of all, you said, well, God told you there's a car outside. It's paid. It's gas in there. It's brand new. But the one thing he said is wait. Now, I understand, and the Bible talks about he who has an ear to hear, let him hear what the Lord has to say. But what he's also talking about, he who has an ear to hear, let them wait what the Lord has to say. And I'm just sitting here and I'm really trying to figure out how many of us wait for what we want. How many of us wait what we need to listen to. We want this, we want that, but we don't take the time to wait. We don't take the time to know what is stored in our lives. We sit there and we rush some things, and we sit there and we hurry up and run outside, and we sit there and try to go here and there, and we try to rush to the mall because the sale just went on. But I've learned if you wait on the Lord, he shall renew your strength. He should mount up like eagles in the sky. So I'm just sitting here saying, if you wait on what God has for you, see, if you wait for what God has for you, you shall renew more faith. You should get more faith. You should get more substance. You should get more power. You should get more strength. You should have enough hope to know. See, I'm going to take my time now. He didn't give it back to me. So now we're going to just take our time here. And I'm sitting here. And, also waiting has to do with hearing God's voice. And you cannot, if you can't wait, then you don't know what you're hearing from God. See, let me get back in the Bible, and I'm just going to break everything down for you. Hold on, let me get this book, because I love it when it's talking about the light of my salvation, and whom shall I fear? So, what do you have to fear if you're waiting? What do you have to fear to even get out on your own if you're waiting? What do you have to fear if God is your light of your salvation? What do you have to fear or be afraid of? When the only thing God told you is not to rush, not to lose your faith, to believe also in me as... See, I'm going to take my time and really break it down for you. He's talking about how to wait. But you don't want to wait, so it's like now you can't, if you can't wait, then you really ain't understanding what your salvation is. If you can't wait, then you really not understanding what God is trying to tell you. He's just talking about wait because I'm going to give you a song. See, it says, I will sing, and yea, I will sing praises unto the Lord. So waiting has to do with everything you do in your life. When you're driving, it has to do with waiting. You have to wait at a light, and you have to wait to hit the gas pedal. So why you can't sit at the light and wait on? Come on now. Wish I had some help. I'm sitting here looking at how many of us rush out the door just because we got a doctor appointment. When God said, I am your doctor. God said, see, and this is what waiting has to do. You can't sit here and hurry up and rush out the door when God said, I'm your lawyer too. It don't matter if you lost your kids. God, put your trust in God. And this is the key point to how to wait. You can't sit here and rush out your door when waiting has to do with a whole lot on your daily basis. See, if you wait, you can get the food that you want in your refrigerator. If you wait, you can get the nicest clothes that you want on your back. If you wait, you should get all the shoes you want in your closet. If you wait on the Lord, He shall renew your strength. See, you don't have to go get a weight just to wait. Oh, I wish I had some help here. But I'm just trying to show you waiting has a lot to do with your life. See, you want to get out on your own. You want to step out on faith and say, God, I can do all things but fail. But I have to learn how to wait. I have to learn how to have enough faith, the grain of a mustard seed, to step out on faith and do things on my own. I can pay my own bills, but I have to have enough faith to pay my own bill. See, God, I can get that new car. I can get my driver license. But I have to have enough faith to wait to know I can get. Waiting has a lot to do with being out on your own. God, I can maintain this. I can maintain that. I can maintain my relationship. I can do well in my relationship, but I still have to wait to know what you want me to do in my relationship. I can't just step out on faith and know that my relationship is going to have some ups and downs, but I've learned that if I have my trust in you and keep leaning and trusting in you, then my relationship should go perfect long as I have you in the middle. You said in your word, 2 or 3 gathered in the midst, you are there. So if it's just me and my woman, then I understand that I have you throughout all of my days of my life. But I have to wait. I have to seek your face. Waiting has a lot to do with our daily walk. And waiting has a lot to do with our daily talk. But if you don't wait on anything, then you don't know what God has in store for you. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So if you don't have enough faith, you don't know what you are waiting for. See, and I've learned that faith unlocks a lot of things. Faith shows me how to do what I need to do. Faith shows me how God is going to bring me through the COVID-19. See, I haven't been sick a day in my life. Well, I can't say a day in my life, but I haven't been sick always. And right now, I haven't been sick for at least 6 to 9 months. And I'm grateful and thankful to God that I haven't been sick yet. I'm one of the persons that make myself look good. Keep my body intact and everything, but because I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna really tell you why. I've learned to put my faith in God, my trust, belief, and seek Him more and more. Early in the morning, I've learned how to call on Him in trials and tribulations. I can't do anything without God, so all I have to do is have enough patience to wait on Him. I have to have enough patience to know what God can do. And I sit here and look at me, and if I didn't have God working on me, then I wouldn't have God working in my life. I can't work on myself without Him. I can't keep my bills paid without Him. I can't make it here and there without Him. But I have to learn how to wait to get here to there with God. I have to learn how to keep my body intact with God. Without God, I can't have the patience that I have early in the morning to do a morning prayer or a morning live to give you some praises, to show the social media how good God is early in the morning, how good God is in spite of what you go through. See, you really won't understand what God can do if you really don't wait. And that's really how simple it is. You wait, then you would understand that faith unlocks a lot of doors. And I'm going to bring him back in and give him half of this, because I can go on to 8 to 9. Come on now. I'm just trying to show you. Faith unlocks many things, and faith shows you that waiting has a lot to do with how your mother treated you and how your father treated you. But faith has a lot to do with you growing up in church. Faith has a lot to do with you acting right. Faith has a lot to see, but waiting has a lot to do with hearing the voice of God. And sitting here looking at waiting, you have to wait on God's words that's supposed to be applied in your life. And I'm sitting here and I'm looking at the story now, and the church was very disappointed because they didn't understand why God was sending them a rescue, or as they would say, somebody to get them right, because they didn't want to wait. They were very disappointed because they didn't understand. They didn't believe. They didn't believe that God was going to send somebody else to rescue them and get them on the right path. And that's what waiting has a lot to do today. And you can't make it in life if you don't wait. You don't understand what the book has to say. You don't understand what the Word of God is trying to teach you. Waiting has a lot to do in your daily walk. And I've learned to understand that. Sometimes I've learned to understand that in a relationship has to do with patience. It has to do with faith. It has to do with believing in God. You can't be in a relationship if you don't have God in the midst. You can't say that. See, now I feel like talking to you to really understand. See, waiting has a lot to do with building you up but not tearing you down. Waiting has a lot to do with your walk, your talk, and your obedience to God. And, I sit here and look at me, how wealthy I am and whatever. I'm not saying I'm very wealthy. But I look at how God's been very good to me, how my faith has made me grown, and because I always stay in the Bible, and I look at a few things and I try to apply what God told me to do. And He told me to study, to obey, and believe. And He told me to do. And that's what I've been doing on my daily journeys with God. I've been sitting here looking at that. Without God, I can't do nothing but fail. But as long as I wait and lean on Him, then my problems and my needs is okay. My problems and my needs is all right. And, faith unlocks many doors. And I want to bring Terrell back in here and let him have some of this. If we can get him back in here. Because we are about to close, and but faith has a lot to do with your mother praying for you. You know, if your mother didn't wait on God's answer while she was praying, then she couldn't help you on your life, help you in your life. She couldn't help you through school because she didn't have enough patience to wait. Your mama couldn't help you through school because you never got the understanding that you wanted. Your mama how to wait. And we're gonna go on and close it because we got like 5 more minutes. And how to wait has some key facts on today's daily walk. You know, and I look here and I see that if I didn't wait for an answer, then I'm not waiting for the power of God to do anything. So I'm going to go on and bring him back in here so he can pray us out. How to wait was today's topic. So I tried to look at a whole lot of things early in the morning and try to apply what I can and try to really help somebody, and looking at your needs or my needs and try to give you a good thought, you know. And it says faith without work is dead, and if you can't wait, then you might not be able to wait on what God has prepared for you. So looking at how to wait is really something that God is, you know, trying to teach us. God is trying to teach us, if you wait on what I'm showing you, then your life will go smooth and perfect. If you wait on what I'm trying to give you, then your life will go smooth and perfect. See, waiting has a lot to do with how you pray, how you walk, how you talk. How do you do the things according to God's will, but not your will? See, waiting has a lot to do with your children's daily walk and how they're supposed to be growing up in this walk with God. See, how to wait has a lot to do with us. How we struggle, we have to wait because we don't know how we're going to struggle. We don't know how we're going to make it, but waiting has a lot to do with us. And I look at me waiting for a whole lot of things to give my kids the best. I have 2. I have a daughter and a son, and everybody knows that on my Facebook and social media. I love them to death. Wish they had the best, and they still are getting the best. But I'm sitting here trying to teach you. You gotta wait. You gotta really know how God can move in your life. See, and you can't just rush your life without waiting on God's answer. You can't just rush your life if you didn't wait for the door to open. You can't wait. If you can't wait, then you don't know what God has in store for you. If you can't wait, then you don't know how much power you have to step on the devil's head and say, I have control. If you can't wait, then you don't know what key is going to work for your healing or your blessing. If you can't wait, then you don't know how much food is going to be sent to your house to fill up your refrigerator. If you can't wish I can leave this thing alone here so you can really get to understand. See, waiting has a lot to do with praying and being steadfast and being unmovable. Waiting has a lot to do with your mother and your father. We gonna let them pray us out because we're kind of behind schedule. So go ahead and pray us out.
Yeah, me and Martwan got things we got to do today. All right, you guys. So first of all, Martwan, good job. I'm gonna pray. My prayer this morning for our community is that for the hope, not just our community.